Now, against the backdrop of war in Ukraine and Trump's NATO ultimatums, Europe confronts an uncomfortable truth. Decades of strategic complacency have left the continent dangerously exposed. Now, our next story has the details, and we leave you with this report. Do stay tuned. News and updates will follow on the other side. You're watching WION World is One. Stay tuned.
For decades, Europe relied on the US for security, Russia for energy, and China for manufacturing. Now, as the war in Ukraine rages, these dependencies are glaring. European countries have given close to $145 billion in aid to Kyiv, but that is dwarfed by the $175 billion given by the US alone. Despite being a bloc of 27 countries, Europe remains reliant on Washington's leadership, leaving it exposed to shifts in American politics, including Donald Trump's threats to cut military aid to Ukraine. Europe stands at a precarious crossroad. Trump's long-standing skepticism of NATO, coupled with threats to leave the alliance if Europe doesn't step up, underscores the urgency. The European Union's defense spending remains a paltry 2.5% of GDP. Even that figure is not matched by most European nations. This comes at a time when even the NATO chief is pushing for an increased spending.
We are really in crisis mode here. So first, money, much more to be spent, fast. The ones not on 2% have to get to the 2% in the next couple of months. We cannot wait any longer. And then we have collectively to move up, and we will decide on the exact number later this year.
The ground realities are stark. Brexit has further strained Europe's military cohesion, severing close cooperation with Britain, one of Western Europe's strongest military powers. Meanwhile, Germany's Olaf Scholz and France's Emmanuel Macron, both politically weakened, lack the influence to rally the continent.
Donald Trump is unbelievably skeptical of NATO. He doesn't like multilateralism. He doesn't like America being overcommitted to the interests of other states. He feels that Europe has taken advantage of the United States. To use the words of a few European great thinkers, NATO, Europe's great pacifier.
Nordic leaders met on the weekend and reiterated they are united on defense issues. Lithuania and Estonia have become the first NATO countries to promise to spend more than 5% of their GDP on defense in a drive to sharply increase military capabilities. Denmark has another headache, that the US president wants to take over Greenland. America's potential pivot away from NATO under Trump forces Europe to confront its strategic negligence. The continent must now rapidly rebuild its military capabilities or risk finding itself defenseless in an increasingly hostile world. Bureau Report WION World is One.